Narcissist. My wife doesn't understand me. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Part of the purpose of my work is to take hold of you and dunk your head, metaphorically speaking, into a vat of ice-cold water, and then drag you back up, coughing and spluttering, but wide awake, as you've just had a massive dose of logic. Many people that I consult with and assist naturally are affected by an absence of understanding about narcissism and the presence of the emotional thinking, that insidious beast which obscures the ability to apply logic. As part of this, I will often take a scenario or situation that is well known and explain what's really going on when a narcissist is involved. And that situation is that where a narcissist is ensnaring somebody that becomes their affair partner or is their affair partner, where it's the classic situation of saying to that other person, "My wife doesn't understand me." What is going on in such a scenario? The narcissist, first of all, is looking to assert control over this individual who has the status or will gain the status of intimate partner secondary source, either shelf variety or dirty little secret. In more common phraseology, they will be an affair partner, the other woman or the other man. The narcissist is married. Their spouse is the intimate partner primary source. They are in the sustained devaluation. So there has been the golden period of idealization, and that dynamic has now moved, as it always does, to the sustained devaluation, which is punctuated by respite periods of the golden period once again. In that sustained devaluation, the intimate partner primary source, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, is subjected to devaluing behaviors of varying degrees. During that devaluation period, the likelihood of the narcissist cheating increases because the shackles are released so that the commission of infidelity can occur. The narcissist, not saddled with any sense of guilt or conscience, is free to go and find somebody else who may end up, but not necessarily guaranteed to do so, as a replacement for the incumbent intimate partner primary source. Now imagine this scenario. If the narcissist were to approach this target, who is the individual who will become the intimate partner secondary source, and to say to them, "Hello, that's a lovely dress you're wearing. Yes, I'm married. My wife, she's absolutely amazing. She's beautiful. She looks after herself. She's an absolute demon in the sack. She's fantastic around the house. Brilliant cook. Fantastic hostess. Excellent mother. Really good sportswoman. Really entertaining. Sharp sense of humour. Knows lots of different subjects. High flyer at work. Earns shitloads of money. She's absolutely amazing. How do you fancy a shag?" What do you think the likely response would be of that prospective target? They would, in all likelihood, reject that narcissist. Why? Because they would think to themselves, "You've got a fantastic home life. I don't want to interfere in all of that. And since your wife is so wonderful, what on earth are you doing, you maniac, cracking on to me?" Accordingly, because the narcissism has evolved to enable the narcissist to assert control over all relevant individuals who are on the narcissist radar at that point, namely the target intimate partner secondary source, but also the intimate partner primary source, the narcissist is not going to sing the praises of the incumbent. On the contrary, what actually happens is that the narcissism causes the target to be viewed favourably. They're painted white, so they'll be complimented. To allow that to happen, the incumbent intimate partner primary source must be painted black. They are a failing appliance. And therefore, in the mind of the narcissist at that exact moment when he sat at a bar next to the target, there are two people on the radar, his wife and the target. The narcissism tells him that his wife is an awful human being. Hence, he may well talk about how, oh, yes, I am married, you've seen the ring, but I just really wear it because I can't bear to take it off. But I'm not happy. No, we haven't had sex for years. We're more like brother and sister, separate bedrooms. She thinks my clothes are painted on. Or my wife, well, unfortunately, she's got problems with alcohol. After I've been here, I'll no doubt have to go back and start cleaning up after the mess that she's made and deal with my children, etc. Why haven't I left? Well, I still want to be there for the kids, don't I? But it is a lonely existence. Many of you will have heard similar tales where, in effect, what the narcissist is doing is he's smearing his wife to the target. Some narcissists naturally don't let on that they are married. They keep that quiet. But there are some which try and utilise the supposed honest as a point in their favour to say, I'm being upfront, I am married, but it's an unhappy marriage. And they essentially talk about how their wife is cold, unloving, problematic, abusive, take your pick. This is being done in order to smear the incumbent intimate partner primary source so that two things happen. Firstly, the target agrees and offers sympathy. Oh, that must be difficult for you. Oh, poor you. In so doing, that agreement that the situation of the narcissist is a difficult one affords the narcissist a subconscious indirect assertion of control over his wife. Thus, he gets the first of the prime aims, control over his wife. It's not actual control because he's not actually dealing with her, but it is a sense of control. It also signals that the target is coming under control by way of acceptance of that scenario and offering of sympathy or support or appreciation, whatever it might be. The fact is, as I mentioned, the narcissist isn't going to sit down and start singing the praises of that person because that means that the target is less likely to come under control, and therefore it is necessary for them to smear the wife or the husband by saying such like, my wife doesn't understand me. The target then, and often the target will have been identified as an empathic individual who has the addiction to the narcissist and therefore is much more susceptible to what they're being told, is less likely to be resistant and see the existence of a relationship already in place as less problematic. In other words, they're not as troubled about potential interference in that relationship because, after all, it's not a good one. They're not breaking up a happy home, are they? They're getting to know somebody who seems like a really lovely person, but it's rather sad because they're being mistreated by this horrible wife. The fact is that when the narcissist is with that intimate partner secondary source, he will be telling that intimate partner secondary source about how wonderful that individual is, and from time to time continue to smear the intimate partner primary source so that the intimate partner secondary source builds up a picture that that intimate partner primary source is a horrible person. When that narcissist walks away from the intimate partner secondary source after spending an afternoon in bed with them in a hotel and goes home, he will walk through that door and will behave as if nothing has happened because of compartmentalization, and will give his wife a kiss on the cheek, ruffle the hair of the kids and sit down and enjoy dinner and be chatting away, and will not be giving the intimate partner secondary source any further thought whatsoever because they are no longer on the radar. Prior to that, to maintain control, they'll have said as they lay there in the arms of their affair partner, well, I guess I'd better get back home and put up with her tonight. I'll be thinking of you all of the time. How I can't wait until we're together. All of those things are said simply as future faking and smearing to maintain control over the intimate partner secondary source, who goes away feeling some degree of contentment that, hey, well, although we're not together tonight and he's had to go back to his wife, at least he's thinking of me. He's not. He's now focused on the wife, the IPPS, the children, the non-intimate secondary sources. It might be the case that the IPSS pops into the mind of the narcissist, and if so, he then needs to assert control over her, which means she suddenly gets a text reading, "Can't stop thinking about you. Been thinking about you all night. Don't reply as she's around, but she wanted to let you know that you're very much in my thoughts after this fantastic afternoon." The narcissist receives thought fuel from the contemplation of the response of the IPSS, who is kept under control with this little hoover that comes. The fact is, it's more lies and a revision of history. The narcissist has not been sat there thinking about the IPSS all night. There's no point. It doesn't serve any purpose. Moreover, the narcissism wouldn't direct the narcissist to do so because it doesn't serve any purpose for the narcissist because the IPSS is not on the radar. If you're not on the radar of the narcissist, you don't exist. But as soon as that individual comes up on the radar, the narcissism asks, are they under control? Answer is, we don't know. Therefore, it's assumed that they're not. First assertion of control, direct, issue a hoover. So the text is sent in the terms that I've just described to you. The IPSS is happy, and then the narcissist moves into the next moment where he sits chatting with his wife. She's painted white at the moment, and he's chatting away quite readily with her. He even might go to bed with her that night and indeed have sex with her. And the IPSS doesn't even enter his head. Because unlike the situation that the narcissist portrayed of my wife doesn't understand me, it's quite simply the case that he enjoys the best of both worlds. That when the IPSS is on the radar, he interacts with her, criticises the wife to her, and then leaves her. She is off the radar. He goes back to his wife, and so long as she's not threatening the need for control, he will deal with her in a pleasant way. And then she will threaten his need for control, and she will be devalued, and the sustained devaluation will continue. But the fact is that when a narcissist tells you, my wife doesn't understand me, it's a load of nonsense, and you're being had. It's just a method of control. And the fact is that the narcissist's wife doesn't actually understand that she's dealing with a narcissist, most likely, but the complaint of the narcissist is engineered to assert control over you as that target intimate partner secondary source. All of the complaints that you will invariably hear are falsified. They're lies that the narcissist believes, which are done to drive control over you and to smear the wife to get indirect control over her. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.